A few days ago, I posted a video breaking down my monthly bodybuilding expenses, and when I said I only spent $300 a month on groceries, y'all lost it. So today, I'm here at Walmart to prove it. 3,000 calories a day, 30 days, 300 bucks. Let's get it. If I were to try to get these just a few weeks ago, I'd be paying an arm and a leg. Look how big this thing is. What the fuck? He must be black. It's no secret, bodybuilding is an expensive sport. You have PEDs, you have coaching fees, you have travel to and from shows, and of course, you have groceries. But there are ways in order to streamline the process, in order to create efficiencies, while also maximizing your look on stage while keeping it budget friendly. So let's quickly recap. 3,000 calories per day for 30 straight days, 300 bucks per month. I keep forgetting that I'm not a kid anymore, and whenever I jump on these carts, there's a really good chance I'm flying back. Like 50 pounds of muscle ago, I used to be able to do that. Bro, if I had that OnlyFans money, this is the first thing that I'm getting. Dude, I won't lie, the chicken ick has been real lately, but nonetheless, just over 5 pounds of chicken. I bet you I could start an OnlyFans. I gotta check the grocery list. I know I'm gonna forget something. All right, what do we got? You know the funny thing about bodybuilding is, I come to the grocery store maybe once every 2 weeks. I realize I get these same exact things every 2 weeks. To the point now, I know the cash registers, I know the workers, I know what day they work. It's absolutely insane. Dude, at local grocery stores, they become your best friend. Oatmeal. Is it considered cereal? Hot cereal? I think that's questionable. I don't think oatmeal is in the same category as cereal. And hot cereal, is that what they call it? That is uncomfortable. I wanted to make this as realistic as possible. I could have easily went to the grocery store and only picked out budget-friendly foods. But the reality is there is a traditional side of bodybuilding, and there are foods that we lean more towards, whether it's higher in protein, whether it's better for digestion, whether it's simply more convenient, and of course, flavor. So with that, the total macros for this meal plan is 270 grams of protein, 300 grams of carbs, and 70 grams of fat. And we're gonna stick to the most efficient foods that have been leaned more towards having success on stage. But make sure you stick to the end so you can see the exact meal plan so you can potentially use it for yourself to help maximize your journey. I couldn't believe the comment section. They were calling me a liar. I miss being a kid walking down these aisles, man. Whenever you become a bodybuilder, everything changes. Everything becomes numbers, not necessarily taste, feel. And I miss all of those good old-fashioned cereals, those Eggo waffles. Speaking of, bro, that buttermilk used to slap. You saw that? He was checking my ass out. What is that? Yeah, I've seen this. What is it?
It tastes so good. It's like the best protein yogurt.
It must be a white people thing. Because I'm telling you, black people, they don't eat yogurt. Yeah. Yeah. I do fitness stuff. And yeah, Toplyn, Toplyn. Yeah. All right, bro, appreciate it. We just got a subscriber, baby. Oh, they used to smack. I grew up on white powdered donuts, bro. Used to have them shits on my fingers. And of course, the only option, Jif peanut butter. If it's not crunchy, you should probably unsubscribe right now. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. All right. Quick tip. If you're not trying to be budget friendly, you have to get this rice. I'm telling you guys right now, it's like 0 grams of fat. It's microwavable and it makes life so much easier. But for the sake of this video, we got the boring rice. Dude, I used to, when I was younger, me and my mom, we were like best friends growing up, so I would really fuck with her. And I'd be like, just yell at the top of my lungs in a public setting, just be like, I don't care what you think of me, Mom. Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle ×2? Thank you. Hey, yo, cut that. So without further ado, let's jump into it. And as I'm reading it off here, I'm gonna put it all on the screen so it's easily digestible in case you want to copy the same exact meal plan that I have here for you. So for a total of a month, you're gonna need 60 total eggs. That's gonna be 5 12 counts, and that's gonna be $4.47 each. You're gonna multiply that by 5, and that's gonna give you $22.35. And then we have your oats. In order to maximize a full month, you're gonna need 2 bins of oats, and that's gonna be $5.12. You're gonna multiply that by 2, $10.24. And then we're gonna have your egg whites, and that's gonna be 6,000 grams, 212 ounces, and that's gonna be 7 containers, $4.72 each, totaling $33.04. And now, let's move over to our blueberries. We have 3,000 total grams, 106 ounces, and that's gonna be 6 of these 18-ounce containers, which are $6.74 per container, grand total of $40.44. And these are perfect because you can put these in your oatmeal in order to maximize flavor so it's not as bland. And the one thing you're gonna notice about this entire setup, it's not sexy, right? It's the simple. It's the efficient. And now let's move over to our protein sources. And in full transparency, I did already dive in and have a nice chicken meal just before I made this video. But 10,200 grams, 360 ounces, 5 of these 6 packs equal $12.18 per pack, totaling $60.90. Now, there's no secret that your protein sources will be the most expensive, but I can also promise you this, depending on where you shop, you can definitely save a lot of money comparative to going to just what's most convenient for most people. Let's move over to my personal favorite protein source, ground beef. And that's gonna be a grand total of 12 pounds for the entire month, which comes out to 4 of the 3 pounds, and that is equal to $21.47 per. You multiply that, that's gonna give you a grand total of $85.88. So it's safe to say the ground beef is definitely some of the most expensive items on the menu, but it's definitely worth it, especially for this flavor. And next, let's talk about every bodybuilder's kryptonite, peanut butter. And in order to make it through the full month, you're gonna need 2 of these 40-ounce containers, which equates to $6.97. You multiply that by 2, a grand total of $13.94 to get you for the full month peanut butter. And like my parents always told me, you cannot forget about your vegetables. So in order to make it through the full month, you're gonna need 6 total of these great value 32-ounce broccoli bags, which is gonna come out to $2.72. And you multiply that, that's gonna come out to $16.44. But let's be real, broccoli is not everybody's favorite. My personal favorite, asparagus. So in order to make it through a full month, you're gonna need 11 8-ounce bags of asparagus, and that's gonna be the great value pack, so not necessarily the pack that I'm holding here, and that's gonna come out to $2.97 for a grand total of $32.67. Next up, we have Ashton Hall's favorite fruit, banana. And for our specific meal plan, it's gonna come out to $8.04, which breaks down to 28 cents per banana. And last but certainly not least, in order to hit your carb goal for the full month, all you're gonna need is a 5-pound bag of jasmine rice, which equates to $6.42. And now for the burning question. Alex, what is the grand total? And did we hit our goal? We didn't. The grand total of a full month's worth of groceries, eating 3,000 calories per day, 300 grams of carbs, 270 grams of protein, and 70 grams of fat comes out to a grand total of $339.73. The goal of this video was to show that bodybuilding, though expensive, can be affordable. You have to be smart. Sometimes you have to think outside the box. And sometimes you aren't going to be able to buy oftentimes the fluff foods, whether it's the diet sodas, the sauces, the seasonings, and everything else that tends to come with trying to find normalcy in a prep diet. The average American spends $418.44 per month as an individual on groceries. And as you can clearly see, eating 3,000 calories, a grand total of $339 per month. We're clearly under that. But like I promised, I'm gonna share with you guys the exact meal plan I ate in order to hit my macros of 270 grams of protein, 70 grams of fat, 300 grams of carbs, 3,000 calories. And also, if you guys need help in your dieting journey, whether it's to gain muscle, lose fat, step on stage, whatever it might be, make sure you click the link below.